Hello, good morning, and welcome to the channel. If you did not know already, my name is Kubeir, and I am a CICC licensed immigration consultant. Is soft landing in Canada allowed? Because in the peak of COVID, IRCC had come out and very clearly indicated that if you are coming to Canada for discretionary purposes, please don't come. So, which also included that if you're coming to Canada only to finalize your applications, then they were discouraging people not to come to Canada, which basically indicated if you're coming for soft landing, skip it, don't come. It wasn't prohibited. So therefore, this question is quite prevalent as to, is soft landing allowed? So yes, absolutely, soft landing is allowed. It's because as of right now, discretionary travel is also allowed. And if discretionary travel is allowed, soft landing, absolutely you can. So what does soft landing mean? Soft landing basically means that you come to Canada not with the intention of making, of establishing or settling your permanent life in Canada at this point of time. So you have been approved with your permanent residence application. You want to come into Canada. You want to activate your status. You want to now become permanent resident, because you do not become permanent resident until and unless you have arrived in Canada with your PR immigrant visa and you have activated your status, which basically means the border officer is going to ask you a few questions, like basically statutory questions. Do you have a criminal record? Have you been involved in anything unscrupulous? Do you have any health condition that they should be aware of? Is there any change of family circumstances? Once you answer no to all of these, they sign, you sign, voila, welcome to Canada. You are now a permanent resident. From here on, obviously, your TikTok clock starts of 5-year residency obligation, whereby you must reside in Canada for 2 years. But a lot of you do not want to make that move just about yet. You may have certain obligations. You may still need to wrap your employment. You may need to wrap up your job. You may need to sort of, say goodbye to family, friends, which you didn't really, because you had to rush and get this thing done because probably your visa was expiring, or you just simply needed to get this out of the way. Well, in these cases, a lot of people would then just stay for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 10 days, and then go back. Okay, this is soft landing. So you have landed, you have become the permanent residents of Canada, but you haven't really started your life in Canada, or rather you haven't settled permanently. So yeah, this is absolutely fine. This is absolutely allowed. On the contrary, if you're coming from the US by land border, you can actually activate your status, then go ahead, take a U-turn, go back to the US, and it's absolutely fine. There is no issues with it. I think the issue sometimes what happens is that the border officer, if they ask you, are you coming here to settle down permanently or not, or is this just your visit right now? And if you indicate no, or for example, you tell them you don't have an address and because you're returning back in the next few days, well, in that case, what happens is that they may not initiate the application of your permanent resident card, which then basically means it will not be processed. You won't receive it. And in that case, whenever you are now going to return back to Canada, you will now need to get PRTD, permanent resident travel document, from the embassy in your home country, Canadian embassy in the home country. And if you're coming by land border from the US, you can obviously hop into your car, use your COPR, which has been stamped, activated as your proof of residency, and you can drive right through. You don't really need a PR card that way. But these are the options with soft landing. And part of this is also because a lot of people are worried, are they going to ask me, why did I not say this? Why are you going back? Why can't you stay more? Are they going to question me? Well, to those people, there is no exit immigration in Canada, right? So there is nobody at the airport who's standing with some sort of, authority and saying, you came as a permanent resident few days back. How dare you go back? You cannot go back. So wonderful. So there are no restrictions on your travel. You can actually leave the same day, same hour if you want to. No problem with that. As I said, there is no exit immigration, and you usually check into your flight, clear your security, board the aircraft, and hasta la vista. So absolutely subscribe and hit the like button, because more and more people then get the exposure to this video. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you next time.